What's up, everybody? Welcome back for another Soul Sunday. So, you already know this week we are still with the book The Untethered Soul. We're now in chapter 2, titled The Inner Roommate. So, let's get to it. Okay. So, your inner growth is completely dependent upon the realization that the only way to find peace and contentment is to stop thinking about yourself. You're ready to grow when you finally realize that the I, who is always talking inside, will never be content. It always has a problem. The bottom line is, you'll never be free of problems until you are free from the part within that has so many problems. When a problem is disturbing you, don't ask, what should I do about it? Ask, what part of me is being disturbed by this? So in other words, this is figuring out what your triggers are. If something makes you angry, if something makes you sad, sit with yourself and figure out, okay, where is this coming from? Is this rooted in fear? Is this rooted in guilt? Like, the more you dig deep and figure that out, the less that you'll be triggered when this happens again. It definitely takes work, but you don't know until you dig and find out what the root of that problem is. If you want to achieve peace in the face of your problems, you must understand why you perceive a particular situation as a problem. This act of maintaining objective awareness of the inner problem is always better than losing yourself in the outer situation. So I want to stop here for a second and talk about that, the outer situation and looking outside of ourselves, right? We live in a capitalistic and consumerist society where it tells us that, or it tries to tell us that we need things outside of ourselves. Money, cars, clothes, makeup, all these different things to be whole, to be happy, but the truth of the matter is we are the only ones that decide that. This is the essential difference between a spiritually minded person and a worldly person. To attain true inner freedom, you must be able to objectively watch your problems instead of being lost in them. You have to break the habit of thinking that the solution to your problems is to rearrange things outside. The only permanent solution to your problem is to go inside and let go of the part of you that seems to have so many problems with reality, which is again, learning your triggers. How would you feel if someone outside really started talking to you the way your inner voice does? How would you relate to a person who opened their mouths to say everything your mental voice says? So let's say you do something, you're like, oh my God, I'm so stupid or whatever. Would you really want to hang around somebody that's always saying things like that to you? I don't know about y'all, but I wouldn't. So we obviously have to be objective and be real with ourselves, but we have to be our own best friend. You don't have to beat yourself up to learn a lesson. You learn the lesson and then you have better discernment for the next time. So that concludes chapter 2 for this week. I really, really hope that this has been helping you guys. I hope you have an amazing week the rest of this week. I'll catch y'all next week, all right? Bye.